Have you ever felt a silent heaviness in your heart that nothing can take away? Perhaps it's early morning or late at night when distractions fade and a familiar weight returns. A feeling that whispers, "I've done so much, so why do I still feel restless?" Aging is often spoken of in terms of the body, slower steps, tired joints, changing faces. But the deepest exhaustion does not live in the body, it lives in the mind, in memories replayed too often, in expectations that were never questioned, in attachments quietly carried for decades. Buddhist wisdom teaches us something gentle yet profound. Inner peace is not found by adding more to life, but by releasing what no longer belongs. In this reflection, we will explore 11 things you can let go of in old age, not to lose yourself, but to finally come home to yourself. Slowly, kindly, right now. 1. Let go of the need to prove your worth. For much of life, worth is something we feel we must earn, through work, through sacrifice, through being useful, dependable, strong. Many people grow older still carrying this invisible burden, the belief that they must justify their place in the world. You may notice it in small thoughts. Am I still needed? Am I still valuable? When days become quieter and roles fall away, these questions can ache more than any physical pain. But Buddhist teachings remind us that your worth has never been conditional. You were never meant to prove your existence. The Buddha spoke of inherent dignity, the truth that simply being alive, conscious and present is enough. Think of a candle. It does not shine harder to prove it deserves light. It simply burns, quietly, offering warmth by its very nature. When you release the need to prove yourself, something softens inside. You no longer measure days by productivity or usefulness. You begin to experience life instead of performing for it. This letting go does not mean becoming passive or disengaged. It means allowing yourself to rest in being, not doing, to sit without explanation, to exist without apology. You have already contributed more than you realize, and even if no one is watching, even if nothing is achieved today, your life still holds meaning. Let go of the old contract that says your value depends on effort. Peace begins where self-justification ends. 2. Let go of old roles that no longer fit. There comes a quiet moment when a role you once lived inside begins to feel heavy. The caretaker, the provider, the decision-maker, the one others relied on. These identities may have shaped decades of your life, and letting go of them can feel like losing yourself. But Buddhism teaches impermanence not as loss, but as truth. Everything changes, including the roles we play. Suffering arises when we cling to what has already shifted. You may no longer be needed in the same ways. Children grow, careers end, authority fades, and yet many people continue carrying these roles long after they are required, out of habit, fear, or loyalty to the past. Imagine wearing a coat that once fit perfectly, but now weighs you down. Keeping it does not honor who you were. It prevents you from moving freely now. Letting go of old roles does not erase your history, it honors it. You can thank the role for what it gave you and gently lay it down. In doing so, something new appears. Presence without obligation, connection without responsibility, love without control. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to become simpler. The self that remains quiet, observant, compassionate is not smaller, it is freer. 3. Let go of the habit of replaying the past. The mind has a way of returning to familiar places. Conversations replayed, decisions questioned, moments re-examined from every angle. In later years, when life slows, the past can grow louder. But Buddhism teaches that the past is a mental construction. It exists only when we revisit it. Each time we replay it, we strengthen its hold on the present. Regret, nostalgia, and longing often disguise themselves as reflection. But reflection that brings pain without insight is not wisdom. It is attachment. Think of the past as a river you once crossed. You learned from it. It carried you here. But standing on the shore, staring back, will not move you forward. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means releasing the emotional grip, allowing memories to pass without entering them. When you stop reliving what cannot be changed, the present becomes more spacious. Small moments regain color. Breath feels deeper. Silence feels kinder. Your life is not behind you. It is here. This moment, quiet, alive, unfinished, is where peace lives. 4. Let go of fear about what others think. Even in old age, many people carry an old fear. How am I seen? Am I respected? Am I invisible? Am I judged for slowing down, for needing help, for changing? This fear is exhausting. It keeps the mind alert when it longs to rest. Buddhism reminds us that other people's opinions are unstable by nature. They change with mood, circumstance, and misunderstanding. Building your peace on them is like building a home on water. The Buddha taught non-attachment not as withdrawal, but as freedom. You can care without clinging, listen without absorbing, be seen without being defined. As years pass, you are offered a rare gift, the chance to live more honestly, to speak less carefully, to move more gently, to stop editing yourself for approval. Letting go of this fear does not make you careless. It makes you authentic. You begin to act from truth instead of defense. And in that truth, something remarkable happens. The mind grows quiet. The body relaxes. You realize you no longer need permission to be exactly as you are. 5. Let go of the illusion that you must stay strong. For most of your life, strength may have been your armor. You learned to endure, to keep going, to carry responsibility without complaint. Perhaps you were the one others leaned on, the one who didn't break even when life pressed hard. Over time, this strength became not just something you did, but something you believed you had to be. But there comes a point, often quietly, when holding everything together begins to cost more than it gives. The body grows tired, the heart grows tender, and yet the habit of staying strong remains, whispering that vulnerability is weakness, that asking for help is failure, that rest must be earned. Buddhist wisdom offers a gentler truth. True strength is not rigidity, it is flexibility. The Buddha compared rigid trees and flexible ones. When storms come, it is not the stiff tree that survives, but the one that bends. Strength, in this sense, is not about resisting life, but moving with it. In old age, the illusion of constant strength can quietly become a prison. You may notice it when you minimize your pain, emotionally or physically, when you hesitate to speak about loneliness, when you dismiss your own fatigue with phrases like, "Others have it worse," or "I should be grateful." Gratitude is beautiful, but not when it silences truth. Letting go of the need to stay strong does not mean collapsing into helplessness. It means allowing yourself to be human, to admit without shame that you are tired, that some days feel heavy, that you do not have all the answers and no longer need to. There is a Zen teaching that says, when the cup is full, it cannot receive. Strength that never softens eventually overfills the cup. But when you allow space for vulnerability, something new can enter. Connection, compassion, relief. You may notice that when you let yourself be seen as you are, slower, gentler, quieter, others respond differently. Conversations deepen. Help arrives without you having to ask twice. And even when it does not, your own heart becomes kinder toward itself. The Buddha encouraged what is called right effort, not forcing, not resisting, but responding wisely to each moment. Sometimes the wisest effort is rest. Sometimes it is tears. Sometimes it is saying, "I don't know." Old age invites a different kind of courage, the courage to soften, to lay down armor that once protected you but now only weighs you down, to trust that you are still worthy of care even when you are not strong. When you release the illusion that you must always endure, the nervous system relaxes, the breath deepens, life feels less like a test to pass and more like a moment to inhabit. This is not weakness, this is wisdom ripened by time. 6. Let go of the belief that it's too late. Few thoughts are as heavy as this one. It's too late. Too late to change. Too late to heal. Too late to find peace. This belief often appears in later years, quietly shaping expectations and shrinking possibility. It does not shout. It settles. You may notice it when curiosity arises and is quickly dismissed. When a desire surfaces, small, harmless, and is met with, "What's the point now?" When joy feels reserved for others, younger, faster, still beginning. But Buddhism teaches that the present moment is always alive. No matter your age, this moment has never happened before and will never happen again. To call it too late is to misunderstand time itself. The Buddha spoke of awakening as something that can happen instantly, regardless of age or circumstance. Liberation does not belong to the young. Peace is not a reward for early arrival. It is available wherever awareness meets honesty. The belief that it's too late often hides grief. Grief for roads not taken, dreams delayed, or lives imagined differently. And that grief deserves compassion. But when it hardens into a conclusion, it becomes a barrier. There is a story of an elderly monk who began serious meditation practice late in life. When asked why he started so late, he replied, "This is when I became ready. Wisdom is not rushed. It ripens. In old age, you may finally have what youth lacked: patience, perspective, humility. You may see more clearly what matters and what never did. These are not losses, they are tools." Letting go of the too late story does not mean chasing new ambitions or reinventing yourself dramatically. It means allowing yourself to experience life without preemptive disappointment. You can still form new habits of kindness. You can still soften old resentments. You can still cultivate inner peace. These are not age-bound activities. Even forgiveness does not expire. Neither does joy. Neither does meaning. When you release the belief that the best is behind you, something subtle changes. You stop rushing toward the end. You begin inhabiting the middle. This breath, this moment, this quiet opportunity to be present. The Buddha taught that clinging to ideas about time creates suffering. When you let go of too late, time becomes spacious again. Life feels less like a closing door and more like an open window. Peace does not ask when you arrived. It only asks that you arrive. 7. Let go of carrying other people's emotional burdens. Over a lifetime, it is easy to collect not just your own experiences, but the emotional weight of others. Worries passed down through family, unspoken expectations, guilt inherited from relationships where you learn to put yourself second. Many older adults carry this quietly. You may feel responsible for others' happiness even now. You may replay conversations, wondering if you said the wrong thing, or worry about problems that are no longer yours to solve. Buddhism teaches compassion, but it also teaches boundaries. True compassion does not require self-erasure. The Buddha warned against what he called idiot compassion, helping in ways that create more suffering, including suffering for yourself. There is a difference between caring and carrying. Caring is loving awareness. Carrying is attachment. When you carry others' emotional burdens, you deprive them of their own growth and yourself of peace. You may notice this pattern when your mind feels busy with problems that do not belong to you, when your body tenses in response to someone else's distress, when your joy feels conditional on others being okay. Letting go begins with a simple recognition. You are not responsible for fixing every pain you encounter. Even love has limits. Imagine holding a basket filled with stones, each one representing someone else's worry. You pick them up gradually, out of love, duty, or fear. Over time, the basket became heavy. Letting go does not mean dropping it angrily. It means gently setting it down. Buddhist practice encourages loving kindness with detachment. You can wish others well without merging with their struggles. You can listen without absorbing, support without sacrificing yourself. This is especially important in later years when energy becomes more precious. Peace requires conservation. When you release others' burdens, space opens. You begin to hear your own thoughts again. Your breath deepens, your nervous system finds rest, and something surprising happens. Relationships often improve. Without the weight of obligation, interactions become lighter. more authentic. You are allowed to be at peace even when others are not. This is not selfishness, it is wisdom. As the Buddha taught, you cannot save the world by drowning in it. Your calm presence may be the greatest gift you offer. 8. Let go of the need to control life's outcomes. For much of life, control feels like safety. We plan, we organize, we anticipate. We try to protect ourselves and those we love from pain, uncertainty, and loss. Control becomes a way to manage fear, especially the fear of things going wrong. As we grow older, however, life gently and sometimes painfully reveals the limits of control. Bodies change despite our efforts. People make choices we cannot influence. Plans unravel. The future becomes less predictable, no matter how carefully we prepare. And yet, many people continue to tighten their grip, believing that if they just worry enough, plan enough, or think ahead far enough, they can prevent suffering. This is an exhausting way to live. Buddhism teaches that clinging to control is a subtle form of suffering. The Buddha spoke often about the illusion of permanence and mastery. Life, he taught, unfolds according to countless causes and conditions, most of which are beyond any single person's command. Trying to control life is like trying to hold water in a closed fist. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. You may notice this need for control in small moments. Anxiety when routines change. Frustration when others don't act as expected. Restlessness when the future feels unclear. Often, beneath these feelings lies a simple fear. If I don't control this, something bad will happen. Letting go of control does not mean giving up responsibility or becoming careless. It means recognizing the difference between what you can influence and what you must release. Buddhist practice invites us into trust, not blind optimism, but trust in the unfolding of life. Trust that you can meet whatever arises with presence rather than trying to pre-manage every outcome. There is a Zen story of a farmer whose horse ran away. Neighbors said, "What bad luck?" The farmer replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with several wild horses. "What good luck?" they said. "Maybe," he replied again. Later, the farmer's son broke his leg taming one of the horses. "How unfortunate," the neighbors said. "Maybe," said the farmer. Soon after, soldiers came to recruit young men for war, but passed over the injured son. "What good fortune!" the neighbors exclaimed. "Maybe," said the farmer. The lesson is not indifference. It is humility. Life cannot be fully understood in the moment it unfolds. Control assumes we know how things should go. Wisdom allows mystery. In old age, letting go of control can be deeply freeing. You stop fighting uncertainty and begin to coexist with it. You plan when necessary, but you no longer panic when plans change. You allow life to surprise you. The breath becomes a teacher here. You do not control each breath. It arrives, leaves, and returns on its own. Yet it sustains you effortlessly. When you release the need to control outcomes, the body relaxes, the mind softens. You stop bracing against the future. Peace emerges not from certainty, but from trust. Trust that you can respond. Trust that you do not need to know everything in advance. Trust that life can still meet you gently. 9. Let go of the belief that your best days are behind you. This belief often appears quietly. It does not announce itself loudly. It arrives as a feeling, a sense that joy belongs to memory, that excitement is something you once had, not something you can still experience. You may hear it in phrases like, "Those were the days," or "I had my time." You may feel it when you watch others beginning new chapters while yours feels like it is closing. This belief is especially painful because it robs the present of vitality. It turns today into a waiting room rather than a place to live. Buddhism teaches that clinging to the past, even to positive memories, is a form of suffering. Not because the past was wrong, but because it no longer exists. When we insist that the best is behind us, we stop noticing what is still possible now. Joy changes shape as we age. It becomes quieter, slower, less dramatic, but no less real. The Buddha described happiness not as excitement, but as ease, a deep sense of okayness, contentment that does not depend on constant stimulation. In younger years, joy often comes from achievement, novelty, and intensity. In later years, joy often comes from presence, a warm cup of tea, sunlight through a window, a moment of understanding, a conversation without urgency. These joys are easy to miss if you are looking for the old kind. Letting go of the belief that your best days are behind you does not mean denying loss. It means recognizing that every stage of life carries its own gifts. Wisdom, depth, and perspective are not consolation prizes, they are treasures. There is a Buddhist metaphor of fruit on a tree. The young fruit is bright and firm, but not yet sweet. Only with time does it soften, deepen, and become nourishing. Aging is not decay, it is ripening. You may not run as fast, you may not chase as much, but you may see more clearly, feel more deeply, forgive more easily. When you stop measuring today against yesterday, something opens. Curiosity returns. You begin to notice what is instead of mourning what was. You are still alive, still sensing, still capable of wonder. Peace grows when you stop asking whether life is giving you what it once did and begin asking what it is offering now. 10. Let go of the fear of being alone. As life progresses, relationships naturally change. People move away, loved ones pass on, social circles grow smaller. Even within families, there may be long stretches of quiet. For many, this brings a deep fear, not always of loneliness, but of aloneness. The idea of being with oneself, without distraction, without roles, without constant company. This fear often leads people to cling to noise, television, constant activity, unnecessary commitments, anything to avoid sitting with themselves. But Buddhism teaches that solitude is not emptiness, it is a doorway. The Buddha spent long periods in solitude, not as isolation, but as intimacy with life itself. In silence, he taught, we meet ourselves honestly. Fear of being alone often hides another fear. What will I feel when there is nothing to distract me? Letting go of this fear does not mean withdrawing from others. It means befriending your own presence, learning that you are not a problem to be solved. At first, solitude can feel uncomfortable. Thoughts surface, emotions arise, memories knock. But if you stay gently present, something shifts. The mind settles, the heart opens. You realize that you are not truly alone. You are accompanied by breath, by awareness, by life itself. In old age, this realization becomes especially powerful. You stop waiting for others to fill silence. You begin to experience silence as companionship. From this place, relationships become choices rather than necessities. You connect because you want to, not because you are afraid not to. The Buddha taught that inner refuge is essential. When you can sit peacefully with yourself, the fear of abandonment loosens its grip. You are not empty when alone. You are complete. 11. Let go of the fear of death and the need to fully understand life. There is a fear that often remains unspoken, even in the later years of life. It does not always appear as panic or dread. Sometimes it arrives quietly, as a background unease, a subtle tension beneath daily routines. It is the fear of death, or perhaps more accurately, the fear of not knowing what comes next. Many people spend a lifetime avoiding this fear, keeping busy, staying distracted, speaking of the future vaguely or not at all. But as the years pass, death becomes less abstract. It shows up in the loss of friends, the slowing of the body, the changing relationship with time itself. Buddhism does not ask us to deny this reality. It invites us to look at it gently, honestly, and without illusion. The Buddha taught that fear arises not from death itself, but from attachment. Attachment to identity, to possessions, to unfinished stories, and to the idea that life must be fully understood and controlled. We fear death because we believe something solid and permanent will be taken from us. But Buddhism teaches that what we call the self is already changing moment by moment. In this view, death is not an interruption of life. It is part of life. You may notice that much of the fear around death comes from the need to understand it, to know what happens after, to have certainty, to resolve every question. But life has never offered complete answers, not in youth, not in age. Trying to fully understand life before allowing yourself peace is like refusing to rest until the horizon is reached. The horizon always moves. There is a Zen saying, "Not knowing is most intimate." It means that when we stop demanding certainty, we come into deeper contact with reality as it is. Letting go of the fear of death does not mean becoming indifferent to life. On the contrary, it often makes life more vivid. When you accept impermanence, each moment becomes more precious, not because it must be held, but because it can be fully experienced. The Buddha encouraged regular reflection on impermanence, not to create fear, but to dissolve it. When you gently acknowledge that everything changes, you stop resisting the natural flow of existence. Imagine a leaf floating down a river. It does not know where the river ends. It does not need to. It simply moves with the current, responding to what is present. In old age, you are offered a profound opportunity to release the pressure to figure everything out, to stop demanding explanations from life, to rest in what is. You may still have questions. That is human. But you no longer need answers in order to be at peace. Letting go of the fear of death also means letting go of the idea that life must have been complete or perfect to be meaningful. Life is not a project to finish, it is a process that unfolds. Even unfinished stories have value. Even unanswered questions carry wisdom. When you release the need to fully understand life, something remarkable happens. Gratitude arises. Not forced gratitude, but a quiet appreciation for having been here at all. For having loved, for having learned, for having witnessed the world in your own unique way. The Buddha taught that peace comes from seeing clearly, not from knowing everything, but from accepting what cannot be known. As you let go of fear, the present moment expands. Breath feels softer. Time feels less urgent. You begin to live not as someone racing toward an ending, but as someone inhabiting each step. Death, in this light, is not an enemy. It is a reminder to be awake, and peace is not found beyond life. It is found here, when resistance falls away and the heart opens to what is. Thank you for spending this time with me, reflecting on what it truly means to let go and find inner peace in the later chapters of life. These teachings are not about loss, they are about freedom. Freedom from unnecessary burdens, from old fears, and from stories that no longer serve you. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to gently support the channel Mindfulness by liking this video, sharing it with someone who may need these words, and subscribing for more calm reflections, Buddhist wisdom, and guidance for living with clarity and peace at every stage of life. Leave a comment below sharing which of these 11 things you feel ready to let go of. Your journey toward peace continues, one gentle breath at a time.